Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 26 of our Colorado Rockies rebuild here on Out of the Park Baseball. 26, the only time we will get such synergy. If you missed last episode, we finished up the month of April into May and suffered what can only be described as an injury crisis. We already had our young right fielder Yankiel Fernandez out for almost the entirety of the season. Then Chase Dollander picked up an injury where he will be out until mid-July at the earliest. And the worst news of all, our star ace, Luis De Leon, after making his seventh start, suffers a ruptured disc in his back. He is out for the entirety of the season and won't even be healthy until December. So, not great. Things are a bit grim at the moment. For reference, Luis De Leon is leading our pitching staff in ERA, wins, WAR, and FIP. And he is now gone for the whole season. Things have admittedly looked better. But we cannot dwell on that too much because we have to move forward. In response, Yuanier Herrera has been called up, the Venezuelan, who was in our system the whole time. The reason it says traded with White Sox is because I accidentally accepted the trade because sometimes where the cursor is on this game, it's not where it actually ends up. And so I had to go a little bit of commissioner mode to reset the trade, and I gave the White Sox a free prospect for their trouble. Which begs the actual question, is said prospect still with them? Because I accidentally accepted this deal, which was Nick Martinez for Herrera and a pitching prospect, Austin Eminer, who it looks like since then has been in single A and then just made the jump to high A. Good for him. Oh, wait, no, minor league free agent signing. They cut him. He's with the Twins now. Okay, so that trade essentially just a complete wash for both sides. On the agenda today, we are going to finish up the month of May and get right into June. And we should start seeing a lot of our scouting for the draft finish up. We are completely done. That said, there's still quite a lot of players we need to look at. I scouted this long list of over, I think, 214 prospects have been scouted. A lot of them are still very low and low knowledge, which is a bit annoying, but we did figure out essentially which ones could potentially be good, could potentially be bad for our purposes later. So, without further ado, let us begin against this Cleveland Guardians series, where we will open against George Kirby, the righty who has found himself in Cleveland away from Seattle. And then Bobby Miller is going to take the reins for us on the mound. In terms of hitting performances, I mean, we are having some players on the struggle bus, notably our top three hitters, Brenton Doyle, Jordan Walker, and Alex Bregman, all struggling mightily. So to that end, we are going to have Joe Lamp take Jordan Walker's spot in right. Everything else is as is. So let us rock and roll against a Guardians team that is very solid, made the playoffs last season. Currently, they're 24-14. We are a brisk 19-19. See how it goes here. And immediately, Doyle grounds out to start. I think my deadline for Doyle turning it around is essentially the end of this month. If he's still struggling, I think I am going to move him down in the lineup And then my thinking is put Stephen Kwan to lead off against righties, and then against lefties, it can be literally anyone dealer's choice as Bregman gets a nice double in scoring position. Surely he will be brought home by Charlie Condon. Never mind, Charlie Condon has struck out. So there goes that. All right, Bobby Miller, so far, he's had, I would say, an okay year. Compared to seasons past, the whip is up, but walks are down, Ks are up, which is good. But again, we're running into the same problem we have with many of our starters, where from a stamina perspective, he gets me 5 innings and then he starts getting really tired really quickly. And we got Cooper Ingle with a nice double here. Jose Ramirez is walked, which, listen, against Jose Ramirez, not a bad outcome. Fielder's choice for Naylor. I have noticed in this game compared to games previous, the AI just doesn't go for the double play a lot, whereas in previous games, they would make the throw and the guy would just be safe. But in this game, there's essentially no throw, and Khalil Watson strikes out to strand the bases loaded. That was terrifying. And Cole Carey gets it down in right field. That should be the easiest double of his life. And it is. Never had a doubt. All right, Hunter, bring him home. Well, they brought him to third. Oh, no, an error. Oh, no. Oh, no. As someone who just watched the Tigers have 3 errors in 1 inning against the Nationals, I have low sympathies for players in this game with their errors. Now Yuli hits it up to left. Cole Carrick is gonna go for home. He makes it easily. Sack fly for How Yuli. Juan lines out, and they try to double up Goodman, and they get him. Well, it's a bit annoying that, but a clean second for Bobby. Doyle goes down swinging. What a throw to get Joe Lamp there. Very nice. Clean third for Bobby Miller, and Bregman and Condon are aboard for Cole Carrig, who strikes out swinging late. Hunter Goodman now. The first pitch, the swing hit right to the shortstop, who goes to second for 1. And we have runners at the corners now for How You Lee, who pops up to the infield. Runners on first and second, no outs. And the best we can do is get one of them to third. Not great. Bobby Miller still doing good. He's gotten me 5 clean innings now, as Joe Lamp has stolen his way to second, and Bregman hits it to the left field wall. Lamp will score. Bregman with his second double of the day. Doing very nice. All right, 2-0 for us. Charlie Condon advances the runner. I'm fine with that, especially with no outs on the board. And Cole Carrig hits it to left. That should be enough to score Bregman. Easy peasy. 3-0 ball game. Hunter Goodman strikes out to end the inning, but we get a couple insurance runs for our trouble. Because our bullpen is so depleted, and if you're wondering why, watch last video. I'm going to have Bobby at least start this inning, see if he can get it. Gets Bo Naylor to ground out. See if he can get Manzardo. Fly out to center. All right, last batter Bobby Miller is going to face is Khalil Watson. And he grounds out to first. Great start from Bobby. Let me sit Vodnik down so that he's not tired by the time it comes to him again. They intentionally walk Brenton Doyle to get the force out at second. And Lamp will hit in to the sac fly, which scores Stephen Kwan. So it's 4-0 now. Bregman is walked. All right, bases loaded for the second-year man, Charlie Condon, who hits it right to the third baseman for one, and that'll end the inning. All right, let me get Vodnik back, and he will take the seventh. Admittedly, I think Bobby Miller threw a lot of pitches. He threw 110 pitches to get 6 innings, which is kind of wild. But 6 innings, 2 hits, 3 walks, 5 Ks, 0 goose egg earned runs. A clean 7th from Vodnik. Thank you, sir. Nothing doing there from Hao Yu Lee. What about Stephen Kwan? Even worse. And I didn't think such a thing was possible. All right, we're going to have Vodnik start this inning, and then I'm going to bring in Halverson to finish it out. There we go. Marsh grounds out. Oy, Engel hits it deep to center, but that ball is easily caught. And now I'm going to bring in Halverson to face Jose Ramirez because I want a fresh pitcher for him. And he gets him swinging. Well done. So then Halverson will just take the 9th. Easy peasy. No insurance runs for us. I'll get Munoz warming up just in case. And Bo Naylor has hit a leadoff double. And Manzardo hits it into right. Oh boy. Runners at the corners for Khalil Watson. And a wild pitch scores Naylor. All right, Khalil Watson pops up. We'll take that. Alec Burleson, former Colorado Rocky, gets the ball down in right field. Runners at the corners. That was Burleson's second ever at bat, for the record, with the Guardians. All right, David Fry hits it softly to third. He goes home. Does he get him? He does. Well done there. Bran Rocchio is up now. He hits it softly in front of the catcher, and they don't get him in time. Bases are loaded for the lefty Brandon Marsh. 0-2 count. Halverson the pitch. Got him swinging. That's your ball game. A little bit shaky there at the end, it must be said, but nonetheless, 4-1 win. Not Halverson's best day, but we'll take it. Bregman also 3 hits on the day, which increased his on-base percentage by 20, which is kind of hilarious. Ooh, Zerpa has a sinus infection. He is out for 3 days. That should be okay because he just pitched on the 10th, and so he was not going to throw that much coming up. We're going to have Jose Fleury pitch game 2, which we will sim. We lose it 2-6. Hey, remember when I said that Zerpa shouldn't pitch? Yeah, the AI pitched him and he gave up 2 runs. You silly AI. But Jose Fleury got hit a bit. 3 hits, only got us 4 innings. Not the finest moment from the AI there. All right, we will play game 3 with Herrera on the mound. Looks like How You Lee is resting today, which is fine. All right, rotating, I should say. Conan's doing good. I'm going to give Bregman the day off. Jordan Walker is going to hit third, and Sosa can come in and bat sixth. Brenton Doyle has also given me nothing this series so far, so Joe Lamp is going to take center field. All right, little bit of a rotated squad against Rafe Flessinger, Guardians prospect who did pretty good. I'm jealous. All right, Joe Lamp, get us started. Solo shot to deep center. First, the camera pan. And Lamp tried to hit it deep to center, but it came up quite short, and he lines out. Nothing doing from Cole Carrig either. Jordan Walker, though, gets a nice double to left center. We have life. Sensing a theme where our first 2 batters go out, and then our third hitter gets a double and then ends up being stranded. Case in point, as Charlie Condon strikes out swinging. All right, Herrera. Clean first. Drew Romo. Wait, no. What happened there? Oh, I see. So Drew Romo hit a double. Tovar scores from third, and then Romo tried to stretch his double into a triple, and he got thrown out. That's rough. Gabriel Arias with the steal, and they bunt him over to third. No matter. Herrera will just strike out both Watson and Ozuna. Also, the Guardians have 3 tired players in their lineup right now. Do they not have subs? Oh, wow. Everyone in the Guardians lineup is just tired. That's what I'm getting. And when Noel is your only sub off the bench, like, you're kind of doomed. You're telling me he made 1 start out of 32 games last year? This game is crazy sometimes. All right. I mean, I'm not going to complain that the Guardians essentially have no flexibility. And Herrera throws a wild pitch. Tie ball game. We have had quite a few wild pitches. And Ozuna lines out. So had the wild pitch not happened, would not have gotten there from third, which is a bit annoying. Charlie Condon on second for Stephen Kwan, who rifles it down the first base line. That should score Condon easily. Kwan in at second. Hey man, if Stephen Kwan can hit, that makes me feel so much better about our lineup potential. Lennon Sosa grounds out, but he advances Kwan. Not the end of the world as long as Tovar doesn't strike out. Yeah, he didn't. He lined out. Fair enough. All right, Herrera gets me through 4. John Gazdar has an error. Herrera's also on 80 pitches. So I am going to warm up. Think Aiken. I'm so annoyed at the AI pitch Zerpa there. Like, why? Why do such a thing? As Cole Carrick grounds out with a runner on second. All right, Aiken is going to come in for the fifth. Clean inning for him. He is on 18 pitches. A solo shot from Charlie Condon. No complaints there. A clean six from Aiken. We needed that. Nothing for us in the seventh. Let's bring Jameson on. Clean inning for him. I am. Now let Carrig face Cade Smith. I believe in him. All right, he walked. We have a runner aboard, and I'm definitely going to run him. Easy steal. And back up the middle is the hit. Carrig will round third. He's an ambitious man. Never mind. He is not ambitious. I saw him round third out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, he's going. And then he just didn't run really. I would like to send Jordan Walker, but no dice. The soft grounder back up the middle will get Condon, but it also scores the runner. Now Jordan Walker is on second with one out. The ball gets through. Walker will be safe at third. Juan with a nice single there. And the ball is rifled to center field. That'll play. Thank you, Mr. Sosa, as he has himself a nice double. All right, runners on second and third, one out as we are getting to Cade Smith in truly unexpected fashion. Tovar grounds out. Killing me, Smalls. And Romo hits it under the hands of Kyle Manzardo. One run will score, and the second run is in also. Drew Romo to second. Here's John Gazdar. Only one hit, and it was a solo home run thus far this season. And he strikes out swinging here. It's not great, it must be said. All right, so we have a 6-run lead now. I'm more inclined to have Jameson just take the eighth, and he gets it clean. And then Will Klein can come in for the ninth. Jordan Walker gets a solo home run. And a balk moves Condon to third. Can Stephen Kwan bring him home? No, he cannot. But I will take the extra insurance run. We're going to bring Will Klein in for the ninth. And he allows multiple runs. But alas, we get the win either way. And Will Klein has not. I mean, he's done good, but the last two outings, he's just gotten shelled. Very good day from our offense. Walker and Condon with 3 hits apiece. Kwan, Sosa, and Romo with 2. Again, our 1-2 batters are letting us down. But we do take the series against the Guardians. I'll take that. At this point, we're just going for series wins, especially with all of the injuries that we have had. All right, so I will play game 1 against the Padres with Gabriel Hughes on the mound. Then I think I'll sim games 2 and 3. Again, the Padres are also insanely tired. Do you people just not have... No, they just don't have subs. I got Yoshida for the outfield. And that's it. They also have 3 catchers. Why are so many teams taking this many catchers? No, they just called up Freddie Furman also. Okay. I'm not going to question it. All right. Let me look at the righty splits really quick. Yeah, Jordan Walker, hadn't been great, but he had a good game, so I'll let him hit. I'm going to give Cole Carrig a rest. Joe Lamp can bat sixth. Hunter Goodman will move up to five. And that shall be our subs. All right, Gabriel Hughes on the mound. He has not had a good season by any stretch of the imagination. Colt Keith. Man, the Tigers really blew it up after last year, huh? They traded Riley Green and Kerry Carpenter to the Cubs, Skubal to the Rangers, Colt Keith to the Padres. Who was left on that baseball team? I need to look. There we go. So the aforementioned Colt Keith lines out to second. Machado, soft grounder to Tovar, gets the runner. A little bit shaky there, but we get out of the inning. Jordan Walker gets the steal. And Bregman gets the ball down in left field. Easy score for Walker. And another double for Alex Bregman. I think we're finally seeing the Alex Bregman turnaround that we've been waiting like a month for. Charlie Condon hits it deep to right field, down at the warning track. And the runner advances to third. That'll do. A nice triple for Condon. And Hunter Goodman is hit. And he's in pain. Oh boy. Quit injuring my players. Come on, how you leave. And he hits it to center, down off the wall. One run will score. No play by the center fielder. Easy work. Stephen Kwan now. And the 2-0 count lines out. 10 the inning, but we get 3 runs. I'll take it. Uh-oh. Will Benson, leadoff double. Xander Bogaerts hits it deep left field, and that ball is gone. 2-run shot for Xander there. Rest of the inning is clean, though, which is good. Uh-oh. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Xander Bogaerts once again. All right. Clean fourth. How Yuli with a runner on second base. Flies out to center. I don't think that's going to be enough to advance Joe Lamp, though I would like for him to try. Just full sender. No, oh no, another error. Oh no. We're benefiting from. It's finally nice to be benefiting from the errors instead of watching Tovar and Bregman just have an error every series. There we go. Brenton Doyle hits it into the outfield. 1 run will score, and Doyle has himself a double. I guess they call it a single because of the throw home, but regardless. Jordan Walker K's man. Uh-oh. Manny Machado on a 2-0 count. Flies out to left. We're okay. Will Benson, though, hits it deep to left center. That ball is down off the wall. Kind of looked like it hit the rail above the wall, but I'm not going to complain. It's Colt Keats scores, and Benson is at third. All right. Padres are clawing back a little bit as Will Benson has to be taken out of the game. And Bogart strikes out to end the inning. All right. Not Gabriel Hughes' best day, but it has not been a great season for him either. But it gets me a clean sixth. I'll take that. I don't have a lot of bullpen arms, though, so I may need him to work some of the seventh, which could cause catastrophe. We'll see. Jackson Merrill goes down to first base, or grounds out to first base, I should say. And Colt Keith clobbers one to center field. That ball is out. 419 feet. I think we'll start warming up Halverson here. And Hughes walks Machado. Yeah, I think that's it for Gabriel. Sorry, buddy. I wanted to get another inning out of him, but doesn't look like it's going to happen. So Halverson's going to come in. And the ball gets past Condon into the outfield. And the go-ahead run is now on second. Yoshida off the bench strikes out swinging off the full count. Wyatt Sanford, not to be confused with Langford, grounds out to second, ends the inning. We're okay. It's looking kind of shaky, but we're okay. All right, Brenton Doyle with a steal to get himself to second. Jordan Walker. Line out to third, unlucky. Bregman K's. All right, so Munoz is going to warm up. I'd like it if Halverson could get me 2 outs, and then Munoz just has to get me 4. A nice strikeout. Salas. There we go. He gets Gonzalez as well. I'll let him face Christian Yelich, but it'll be the last batter he gets. And he strikes him out looking. Well done. Let me sit Munoz back down so that he's not tired when I bring him out. All right, he walks Condon. I am going to pinch hit here. Romo is going to hit for Hunter Goodman. No dice from him. Come on, Joe. Back up the middle. He might beat it out, and he does. No throw from Gonzalez. Well done, sir. How you lead with a full count? And he gets through. Bases loaded. Do I want Stephen Kwan to face a lefty? To be fair, he's done really well against lefties this year. So, yeah, he's getting it. Here's Kwan versus Yuki Matsui. The pitch, the hit hard to second. Will it get Condon? Yes, it will. No dice there. Ezekiel Tovar 3-1 count. Soft grounder to short. That ends the inning. We threaten, we do not score. Oh boy. Bases loaded, 1 out, you get 0 runs. All right, Romo is going to come in to catch for the ninth. Thank you, Halverson. Munoz will come in to face the heart of the order, Jackson Merrill, Cole Keith, and Manny Machado. And Jackson Merrill has himself a leadoff triple. Fair enough, game. Fair enough. And Cole Keith hits a bomb deep to right. That's gone. Well, the lead is now the Padres as Munoz has gotten shellacked, but he gets the rest out of the inning. I don't have like any other bullpen options right now, so we're going to warm up Molina. We'll see what happens, but in case we score here, Brenton Doyle flies out to left. Down goes Walker. Alex Bregman, our last out, pops up to the infield. We lose it 6-5. We blew a 5-2 lead essentially. As Halverson does okay, but Munoz gives up a triple and then a home run. Oy vey. Also, quietly, Stephen Kwan left 6 runners on base. Oh, that is not a good number. All right, look at that. Healthy bullpen again. And then we'll sim the last 2 games, the Padres series. We lose game 2, 4-5. How Yuli and Cole Carrick get home runs, but Aaron Getty gets hit quite a bit. I think we're hitting a wall with Aaron Getty. The strikeouts have stopped coming in May, and that is not good. All right, let's sim game 3. We win it 4-0. Charlie Condon, Jordan Walker, and Brenton Doyle with home runs. Very nice. Hunter Goodman 0 for 4 with 3 Ks. But a combined shutout for Bobby Miller, Molina, and Vodnik. So good on them. Well done, lads. All right, All-Star Game voting has begun. I'm going to be honest, I don't know many of our guys that might make that list. But you never know. All right. Let's sim game 1 of the Mariners series, and we'll play games 2 and 3. We lose it 2-8. Fleury gives up 5 runs. Molina gives up a pair. They keep pitching this poor man in 2 days. Not great from Fleury. Only 1 K also. Ooh, and the young prospect Oscar Perez out for an entire season. That's hurtful. That's painful. Okay, let us play game 2. Let's make some subs here. I think might give Cole Carrick a rest. Yeah, let's have Stephen Kwan take left field. Hunter Goodman will also sit. So Kwan's going to bat. Where do I want him? He's done his best. I mean, he's done pretty good batting eighth. I'm going to have him bat second. Jordan Walker can bat fifth. Drew Romo takes 8. I, I think we're going to have Joe Lamp hit left, and then Lennon Sosa is going to DH and hit sixth. It does make our defensive subs a little awkward with two corner outfielders on the bench, but we should be okay. Herrera allows back-to-back hits, including Chandler Simpson, Rule 5 draft pick, the speed demon extraordinaire. All right, he gets Montez swinging. Can he get Cole Young? He gets Cole Young swinging. 3 for 3. Cal Rowley. 3 for 3. Cal Rowley strikes out the side. Well done there from Herrera getting out of the jam. Similarly, Brenton Doyle and Bregman are aboard with one out. Condon grounds out into the double play. Very nice there from the Mariners defense. There we go. Hao-Yu Lee with a 2-run shot, and now Tovar's on second, and Doyle gets the ball down. Tovar's running for home, and he is safe. 3-0. Brenton Doyle is running on Cal Rowley, and it doesn't go well. He is thrown out. I respect the attempt. Clean inning from Herrera. Oh, no, an error. An error from the Mariners. Charlie Condon hits it deep left field. See ya later, baseball. 3-run home run. 6-0 ball game. Also, Mickey Moniak in left field. I am so surprised he has been with the Mariners as long as he had. Because obviously he was us year one. And we traded him to the Mariners. And to his credit, he has been there. I mean, he's bounced in AAA a little bit, but to his credit, he's sticking around in Seattle. Good for him. Couldn't find a home here, but he finds one there. Clean fourth for Herrera. He is also quite tired. All right. Yeah, Herrera's in the orange. If he can get me the 5th inning, that would be preferable. All right, he gets Moniak swinging. Williamson will be the last batter he faces, and he gets him swinging. Very nice for Herrera today. I do not want Keegan Aiken. I want Will Klein. So Herrera, 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 walk, 9 Ks. Very good from him, and Will Klein already allows 2 runners. And then Simpson steals third. Fair enough. And Klein walks the bases loaded. And Cal Rowley hits it to short. The throw home. Looks like they got Simpson. I didn't even see on the animation whether he was safe or not. Meade hits it to Tovar, who drops it for an error. Oh boy. That could be really bad. All right, he gets Celestine swinging, but that is 1 run that the Mariners should not have because of that error. Will Klein is getting fatigued. Well, his pitching makes me feel fatigued. You don't see me crying about it. He strikes out Williamson. All right, Keegan Aiken can go in now. I mean, listen, we have a 5-run lead. I'm not too concerned, but as it has been stated, our bullpen has given up leads like that before. And Condon flies out to right. Once again, we threaten, but do not score. And Keegan allows a 2-run home run to Montes, another homer to Mead. And the wheels are flying off the wagon. All right, last batter you face, buddy. All right, he gets Celestine. But now it is a save situation for Andres Munoz as Aiken gives up 2 home runs and a not so very good. All right, I'm going to pinch hit here. Stephen Kwan is going to hit for Jordan Walker. And he walks. Fair enough. And Sosa hits it deep left field, but caught near the warning track. Mickey Moniak got us. How dare he? How Yuli walks. All right. Again, insurance runs would not go amiss. Drew Romo hits it deep right field. God. 3-run home run. No longer a save situation. Munoz, you can sit down, buddy. Halverson can start warming up. Let's have John Gazdar hit for Tovar. Gazdar hits it back up the middle to second, and he is gunned down. All right, Doyle walks. The opportunity for more runs has arrived, but first Doyle wants revenge, and he gets the steal this time around. Lamp lines out to second. All right, we get all 3 runs back, which is nice. Joe Lamp is going to take right field. Stephen Kwan left. John Gazdar short. Halverson in for the 9th. And it's a clean inning. We get the win against the Mariners, 9-4. Aiken kind of hurt us a little bit, but nothing doing there. We get the win. Very nice, lads. All right. All-Star update for the votes. Looks like no hitters, no starters, no relievers. How far we have fallen. All right, let's play game 3 against Seattle. Clay Holmes in his age 35 season, still kicking around, doing phenomenal through 9 starts. Must be said. Who do I want up there? I think I might just go with the status with the lads. I think I'll just go with the lads for this one. Come on, Gabriel. A clean first inning. And Mead gets a home run. Fair enough. All right, get Simpson to pop up. Insane to me that the Rays demoted Simpson to AAA. Like, he's hitting for average and he's getting you steals. Like, so what if he's a below average outfielder? Like, come on. If he hits for average, he gets on base, and then he gets steals, you're going to score more runs. You silly gooses. As Tovar is on second for Bregman, who flies out to left. Uh-oh. Julio Rodriguez now getting a steal. This whole Mariners team is just made up of speed demons. But he gets young swinging Mead, who hit a home run in his last at bat. This time around, he grounds out. Nothing doing there. Nothing for us. Who knew that Clay Holmes is going for the Cy Young, evidently? Still nothing for us in the fifth. Gabriel Hughes is on 80 pitches. Nothing in the sixth, also. We're getting taken to school here. All right, Meade grounds out. Valera, the DH, hits it to right. Easily caught there by Walker. All right, Harry Ford is walked. All right, we're going to bring in Halverson to face Ben Williamson. Very good outing from Gabriel Hughes today. Very nice. And Williamson gets the line drive down into right. Ford is going for third. Looks like he made it. And Simpson gets the line drive down. All right, that's going to add a run to Gabriel Hughes' stat line. But also, with the way our hitters have been playing, a 2-run lead might be insurmountable. As Ben Williamson needs to be taken out of the game. Excuse me, a 3-run lead. And it gets Jose Caballero swinging. Well, not great from Halverson, but that is what it is. Nothing for us in the seventh. 2-run homer. That's going to explode his ERA. Yep. Oh, boy. All right, Zerpa can warm up. Halverson, I believe that you can strike out Valera. Well, he hit him, so it's not great. Zerpa's going to come in, who last time out allowed many a run because the AI pitched him when he was injured. There we go. He gets Ford to line out. Emerson hits it high to right, foul. Whew, that ball kept carrying and kept carrying. Emerson gets it under Condon. 1 run will score. And poor Halverson's stat line is looking even worse by the second. There we go. Good get there from Hao Yu Lee. Man, it's not even the 9th yet. All right, we're going to make a sub, a DH. Sosa is going to come in here to hit. And he strikes out. And they're finally going to the bullpen as Clay Holmes pitches a gem. All right, Tovar walks. Doyle K's, and the sun continues to shine. Jordan Walker hits it deep to center. It's down at the track. Will it be enough to score Tovar? Answer, yes. We get 1 run back. Let's go. Bregman flies out to left the inning, but let the record show we did not get shut out, which I think is important that people understand. All right, if Zerpa can get me this inning, I think that's what I'll just try. Rodriguez is aboard. I'll let him face Montez. Jeez Louise. Montez hits it deep. Caught by Doyle, though, at the track. These Mariners are scary, y'all. I hate that animation because the way it's set up, it looks like Tovar has made it over and is going to catch it, but then he just doesn't. All right, Vodnik strikes out Curtis Meade to end the inning. Can we get 5 runs? We have runners on first and second, no outs. Hunter Goodman, the hit. It's deep to right field. Gone. There's 3. all of a sudden, we have pulled within 2. Gregory Santos now in the pitch. 11 saves already on the year. Not bad. Howie Lee, though, is walked. The tying run is at the plate. I am going to sub in Joe Lamp here. Full count. And he swings, and it's lined out to left. That's not going to do enough to advance Howie Lee either. Tovar strikes out. All right, we're down to our last out. And Brenton Doyle softly grounds to second. And he is out. Well, we made it close there at the end, but once again, our offense did nothing for 7 innings and a bullpen implosion from Seth Halverson. And that is that. Disappointing result there. Definitely. All right. 3-game series against the Twins. I'm going to be honest. We're hitting sim. We win game 1 6-5 in extra innings. Very nice. They didn't even score their ghost runner at the end. Very good. Cole Carrig. 2 steals. Also for the lad. Very nice. Very good, very good, very good. All right, Bobby Miller will sim his start. And we beat the Twins again 6-5. Very good. Zerpa gets hit a bit. Yeah, Bobby, don't get me wrong. I like Bobby Miller. I need him to be more consistent. So Munoz gets his 10th save of the season. Very nice. Mason Englert, Tigers legend, by the way. Why is he a starter? That's crazy. That is crazy. All right, let's sim game 3. We're simming the whole Twin series. We lose it. Now we lose 5-6. Bregman with 4 hits and a home run. Quan also gets a homer, but Keegan Aiken again. His ERA is nearly doubled in a week. That hurts. He gave up 5 hits. Yeah, our bullpen is running on steam. All right, so through 50 games, we are exactly at 500, 25-25. We're also leading the division. Make of that what you will. Right now, the 30-20 Nationals are in the wild card. Oh, that would be so infuriating if you're a Nationals fan. That would be crazy. All right, we are going to play game 1, games 1 and 3 of the Marlins series. All right. Yeah, I think John Gazdar shall hit for Howie Lee. I'll give Tovar the rest. Sosa can take. Actually, let me flip those. Sosa takes second. Gazdar takes short. And then, yeah, let's sit Doyle down for Joe Lamp. Hunter Goodman can have a nice day off. All right, let's rock and roll against Dax Fulton and the Marlins. Already Bregman is on second. Condon grounds out, though. Nothing there from us. An error from Miami, but we can't punish it. Bregman, though, with runners in scoring position, flies out. Getting nothing. Nada. Zip. Zilch. 0. No hit, no runs through 4 for either team. Lennon Sosa lining out to center. as one does. Uromo strikes out. John Gazdar lines out to left. Our offense going cold today. But then again, so is the Marlins. As Bregman is on second, Condon again grounds out to third. This game might just be whoever gets 1 run wins. Clean through 6. All right, Quan grounds out. Man, I'm really disappointed in Quan because he's been a lefty killer so far this season. Jordan Walker K's, as does Sosa. Man. Clean through 7. So through 7 innings, looks like they pulled Fulton. So Fulton, 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 8 Ks. Herrera, 7 innings, 4 hits, 5 Ks. And I similarly am going to go to the bullpen and get Will Klein rolling for the 8th. All right, Drew Romo, get me literally anything. And a ground out to first, I guess, is defined as anything. Arena at first. Why does the AI love putting bad defensive outfielders at first base? It's so silly. Gazdar strikes out swinging. Joe Lamp grounds out to second. I told you, it's whoever gets to 1 run is going to win this ballgame. All right, we're going to bring in Will Klein for the 8th. And Nacho Alvarez on second. And a wild pitch. He's at third. Oh, boy. And Alvarez gets the ball down. Marlins get their run. That might be enough to win it. Will Klein struggling mightily. Another wild pitch. There have been so many wild pitches in this game compared to games previous. It feels kind of crazy. Like, I feel like twice every series is a wild pitch. De Los Santos flies out. Will that be deep enough to advance the runner? No. Morlando is hit. Get it. Just get Will Klein out of my sight. Get him out. Trey Jameson, you got this. Wow, they didn't get anything. Bases loaded, 1 out. Jameson got Vargas to ground into a double play. Okay. 1 run deficit. We've had 3 hits the whole day. The Marlins closer is in, and Cole Carrig strikes out. Down he goes. Here's Bregman, who has 2 of our 3 hits today. Lining out to short. Last bat of the game, Charlie Condon. Hits it deep left field. Gone! The game's tied. Charlie Condon's solo home run. Well done, sir. I'm going to let Juan hit here. And he strikes out looking. That's what I get for not subbing him. All right. Dre Jameson is going to take the 9th. And there goes that. Arena with a solo home run to walk us off. What a beautiful start from Herrera. Completely wasted. 7 innings, clean shutout. Both of our bullpen guys give up a run, and that's that. All right, game 2, Gabriel Hughes on the mound. We lose it 3-5. Both Condon and Doyle with the rare error in center field. The bottom of our lineup getting us nothing. As we drop it, Molina pitching 3 shutout innings. But nonetheless, we get the loss. All-Star voting update. Nothing. All right. Let us play game 3 against the Marlins here. Who do I want? I mean, I can already tell you Stephen Kwan is not going to play here. We're going to have Hunter Goodman hit 5th and DH. Jordan Walker is going to sit for Joe Lamp and bat 6th. Everything else is fine. Yeah, that's what we'll do. All right, Spencer Arrighetti is on the mound for us. Ryan Weathers up for the Marlins. And Charlie Condon grounds out to third. I had such high hopes. All right, Spencer. I believe in you. Because he really needs a bounce back start. And more importantly, he needs to get back to striking guys out. Because he's lost that. There we go. He gets Vargas. Because if Arrighetti isn't striking batters out, then he is in serious trouble. As Hunter Goodman with a leadoff double, Joe Lamp, the softest of grounders, the second. A cowardice move, in my opinion, by Goodman going for third. That's right call there. But yeah, I mean, if Arrighetti isn't getting strikeouts, then we're in big trouble because that is, his calling card. He averages like 10 Ks per 9 usually. So if he's not striking guys out, we're doomed. Tovar, though, gets the ball down and left. That'll score Goodman easily. And the lead is ours. All right, Drew Romo, bring him home. He does not. Pops up foul. Down goes Romo. Here's Gazdar, who has taken Austin Martin's role as a backup infielder and done about the same job as Austin Martin hitting-wise. Which isn't great, but it's... You got this, Spencer. In error... Whoops. Bregman with his 4th error on the season. And they're getting to Arrighetti. He gets a Rosarena swinging, though. Good. Can he get Ginges? He does. Another error. Arrighetti this time. Fair enough. All right, I think 5 innings was going to be all I'm going to get from him. So 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 7 Ks. I'll take that. He's getting back to form a little bit. Zerpa with a clean 6th. And 7th. Let me sit Halverson back down there. There we go. Drew Romo solo shot. Here's Gazdar. Hits it deep to center. Caught by the warning track. Unlucky there. Brenton Doyle with the world's softest grounder to third. Down he goes. All right. We're going to get Halverson in for the 8th. I know that Zerpa is still in the green, but I'm not chancing him getting me a 3rd inning. Very nice from Halverson in the 8th. We're going to get Munoz ready if we can get the go-ahead run here. Cole Carrick gets it down into left field. We have a runner. I am also going to have him run on Ramirez, which pays off as Carrick is into second. No outs. Here's Bregman. Soft grounder ahead of the catcher. Carrick gets to third. Brilliant there. Okay. One sack fly, and he's home. And Condon strikes out. Never mind on the sack fly. Hunter Goodman hits it to short, and he is gunned down. Runner on second, no outs. Third, one out. Can't bring him home. All right, clean ninth from Halverson. So Munoz is going to take the 10th no matter what. Can we score the ghost runner? Joe Lamb flies out to center. Hunter Goodman is going to go for it, and he gets to third. That's huge. Tovar is intentionally walked. Here's a question. What's Sosa's speed? Slower than Tovar. Okay, never mind. I'm having Tovar run. There we go. Clean. They didn't even cover the bag. Very nice. Kuroma hits it to first base. That's not where you want it. And they get Goodman at home. Oh boy. I'm gonna pinch hit here. That was literally the last place you want that ground ball to be hit. All right, How Yuli is up. 2-2 count. Goes down looking. Oh, the left on base column is not gonna look good. All right, Andres Munoz is in for the 10th, come what may. They don't score the ghost runner. Very nice. How Yuli, who's quicker on the base paths than Goodman, is our ghost runner, which is huge. They walk one, and the ball gets down. Thank you, Cole Carrig. That will score one as Doyle does not go home. Here's Bregman. Grounds out to short. That's not going to move anyone. All right, Charlie. Come on, buddy. Fly out to left. Is that going to be deep enough to get Doyle home? Yes. Doyle is in. 2 runs score. Hunter Goodman strikes out to end the inning, but we get 2 runs, which I will take and like. I'm going to keep Munoz in. Morlando flies out to left. That does not advance De Los Santos. Vargas lines out to short, 1 out away. Arozarena, always a home run threat. Grounder to Tovar. The throw got him. We beat the Marlins in game 3, 4-2 in extra innings. Very nice. And I was correct. The left on bases column looks very ugly. Bregman with 4. Condon Romo with 3. Not great. Bullpen combined for 6 innings, no hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, 2 Ks. Brilliant. Brilliant from the bullpen. Very happy with that. All right, and now we have the White Sox to end the month. I think I'm going to sim game 1. See how we do. We lose it 1-3. Bobby Miller does okay. And then Keegan Aiken error allows a run. We only had 3 hits the whole game, too. Killing me. Sim game 2. We lose game 2. I can just never sim games. I think that's what I'm determining. Munoz with the blown save costs us the game. All right. Well, let's play game 3 then to try to salvage something from this series. They have lefty Hagen Smith on the mound, who looks like he's been doing pretty well for himself this year. Lamp is going to hit for Jordan Walker. And I think Bregman, I'm going to give the day off. And I'm going to have Gazdar actually take third base. Whoops, in place of Sosa. And then who do I want? Let's have. Yeah, we're going to have Stephen Kwan hit third. How Yu Lee is going to move all the way up and hit fifth. Tovar is going to hit seven. That's the plan. May we succeed. Nothing in the first for either side. Drew Romo, runners on first and second. Send it. Infield pop up. He did send it. It went 5 feet, but he did send it. To be fair, to the man's credit. There we go. Gazdar and Doyle are aboard for Cole Carrig, who strikes out. For Stephen Kwan, who hits it deep enough to right. That should be enough to score Gazdar, and he is in. We take the lead. Charlie Condon walks. Come on, Lee. Struck out looking on 3 pitches. Less than ideal. That results. White Sox tie it up, and they threaten in the fourth. Yon Moncada still on the White Sox in 2028. That's actually crazy. Yeah, and he's been a consistent starter with them. Oh no, excuse me. So he came back to the White Sox. That's hilarious. He's like, I've had enough of the Angels in Milwaukee. Goes back to the White Sox. Good for him. And they gave him an extension too. That's nice. Nice of them. Kyle Teal walk. How's Kyle Teal been in this save? He was their starter past 3 seasons. I mean, he's doing okay. The strikeouts there are huge. This year he's having his worst season. Come on, Herrera. Oi, and Crawford gets it down into left. That's going to open the floodgates. 2 runs will score. In at home goes Kyle Teal. Bases clear and double. Yeesh. Yeah, the wheels are kind of coming off from Herrera here. So catches it to end the inning. That's going to be it for Herrera. Not a good start from him by any stretch of the imagination. All right, Molina. Please. Clean inning. I was terrified there. Let's get Klein for the 7th. Good man. Cole Carrig gets us a solo shot, so we pull within 2. All right, here we go. Last outs. We need to get 2 runs. First up, How You Lee. Strikes out swinging. Joe Lamp also goes down swinging. Ezekiel Tovar, our last out of the game, hits it deep to right, but that is caught. We are swept by the Chicago White Sox. And all of a sudden, we were atop the division before. Now we're 26-30 and a game back. The NL West is struggling this year, y'all. No one is above 500. All right, personal messages, and everyone is down. Vodnik's velocity drops. So does Will Klein. Stephen Kwan loses contact and speed, which is a bit rude. Campbell Smithwick, it looks like he's improved. I think it's time for him to go up to Double-A. Jake Yeager, a little bit of an up and down. If I move him to high A, he would be slightly above average. I think let's test it out. Let's put him at high A for like a month. See how it goes. Not a good finish to that month at all. We were 25 and 25. And then you look up and we lose 6 out of 7 games, with our only win being in extra innings. Not good. Not good at all. And now the Mets are calling with a big series against the Giants coming up. I think I will sim game 1 against the Mets. We lose it 5-10, and Jordan Walker is hurt. This is why I can't sim games, man. Jameson gave up 4 runs. Now, our bullpen imploded. So Jordan Walker, day-to-day for 4 weeks. I'm going to be honest, he wasn't doing that good anyway. I'll put him on the 10-day. And as far as who is going to get called up from the outfield, whom do I want? Wencel Perez, it looks like, picked up a big injury, so he's out. Honestly, like, Emmanuel Valdez, I think, is deserving of the call up, if we're being frank. Dylan Carlson could probably also do the job. If I compare them, they're practically the same player. I think Carlson's a little bit better against lefties. He's also better defensively. All right, Dylan Carlson, who we signed to a minor league deal, is getting promoted to Colorado. In response, GJ Hill is going to go back to AAA. So, with Jordan Walker out, let me compare Joe Lamp and Dylan Carlson really quick. I think Carlson's better against lefties. Defensively, kind of a wash, so I think I prefer Carlson. All right, here's what we're going to do. Against righties, Joe Lamp is going to take right field. Against lefties, Dylan Carlson is going to take right field. I think that's going to be our flip here. Let me move him to right. Yeah, not great. I think this is the downside of simming games. You just get popped every time. All right, we'll play games 2 and 3 against the Mets. See how things look. After that, it is a righty up against us. John Gazdar, not done well against righties, it must be said. Oh, boy. All right, let's rock and roll. Stephen Kwan has gone cold, and Joe Lampe is going to be our starting right fielder for a little bit as Walker is recovering from his injury. Oh, Ryan Clifford, who I tried trading for a couple years ago, and the Mets just weren't having it, which is fair. Oh, Arrighetti, don't do this to me. There we go. Double play. Light work. Got the Candyman. And he get Alec Thomas, also former Rocky, in this save. Grounds out. Very nice. How has Alec Thomas been since I let him go? He signed with the Mets. Played a little bit with them last year, actually did pretty good. This year got the starting job and has not been great. But still, good for him. I like seeing former players still popping around in the majors. That reminds me, I need to check on Zach Veen and Jordan Beck after this game. to see what they're up to. Because even though Jordan Beck, especially, is doing good for the Rockies IRL, they were not good in this save. So both of them are elsewhere. And that's a fly out. For a second, a split second, I had hoped that Bregman had a homer. But no dice. All right, clean third. Oy, that ball is gone. Ryan Clifford continues to be the bane of my existence. The Mets get 2 more runs. Oh, Arrighetti. Soft grounder to first. That does advance. Jet Williams. And Soto's line drive will score him. I can't physically handle another sweep, but it is trending in that direction as Francisco Alvarez hits it deep to left. 7-1 ball game. Getty has completely exploded. Halverson's coming in. How you Lee grounds out. We threaten. We do not score. Oh boy. I mean, if Halverson is struggling, then we're just doomed at that point. Alec Thomas lines out to center. Let's see if he can get Jet Williams, and then I'll pull him. He does not. All right. Keegan Aiken is going to come in to face Lindor. Gets Lindor to nice infield pop-up. Here's Juan Soto. Hits it back up the middle. Another run will score. The throw takes a calendar year to get in. 9-1 Mets. Oh boy. All right, a clean 7th from Aiken, at least that's something. We get 1 run back. Vodnik's going to come in for the 8th. And he's getting shelled. Oh, Vodnik. He almost made it out of the inning. He had 2 outs. All right, he gets Clifford to line out. And that'll do. We lose 4-13. What a horrendous outing that was. Joe Lamp, though, 3 hits. That helps. All right, I think we need to take a second. I'll play the game against the Mets here, and then we need to take a quick introspection of this team. First, let's find Zach Veen. He is currently up with the Guardians. Looks like is kind of a platoon guy in the outfield, and he is doing pretty well. Didn't do great last season, but he's starting to hit the ball around. Good for him. Let's check Jordan Beck. Oh man, yeah, he's been in AAA almost the entirety of the time since we traded him to the Astros. He just hasn't played. It's disappointing. All right, we're gonna play this game against the Mets, and I think we're gonna need to take a good hard look at this team and probably make some moves. Stephen Kwan is cold, so I'm gonna sit him. I think Hunter Goodman can just DH. Drew Romo into Cat. Sosa, I know you want to be in the starting lineup, but I don't think you deserve to be if we're being honest. If we're just being honest with ourselves. And then I'm gonna give Charlie Condon a rare rest day and have Sosa hit toward the top of the lineup with Jordan Hicks on the mound for the Mets. Come on, Sosa, vindicate my decision. Grounds out to third. I do not feel vindicated in the slightest. And the Mets get 3 runs in the first inning. Oh boy. Yeah, I think we're gonna need to change some stuff here. I mean, just our pitchers right now are struggling mightily isn't even the correct word. Like Bobby Miller was hot, and just this is where we're at. Like we're in the 3rd inning, and he's getting shelled. I need to bring up another long reliever also. Like that's an underlying issue of this is Molina is my only long reliever right now, and that taxes the bullpen quite a bit. Congrats, you struck out Alec Thomas. Remember when we won the World Series last year? Yeah, I think pretty much we are regressing to below the mean as Ronnie Macario hits a 2-run shot just to rub ice on the wound. Bobby Miller's final stat line 2 and 2 2/3. 8 hits, 8 earned runs, 5 walks, 5 Ks. Will Klein coming in hot. All right, we get 3 runs back. That's neat. Yeah, and our bullpen is just the walking wounded right now. Or I should say, just the walking exhausted. Please get the double play. Okay. All right, Molina, you're gonna hate me. Actually, no, I'll go Zerpa first. All right, runners at the corners. Cole Carrig grounds into a RBI double play. Oh boy. Hunter Goodman grounds out. All right, Aiken, I'm gonna need you to just give me what you can. All right, he gets Alvarez. Can he get my arch nemesis, Ryan Clifford? Yes, he can. All right. Zerpa's going to come in now for Everson. Gets him swinging. All right. Good job there. All right. Come on, Gazdar. I believe in you. This might be your last game with us for a bit, but I believe in you. All right. He walked. Doyle, 2 hits already. Strikes out swinging. And Joe Lampy goes down swinging also. We threaten. Do not score. It's Alex Thomas to fly out. All right. Get Jet Williams swinging here. All right. Ground out to first inning. Good job there from those two. And then Munoz is going to get the 8th. I know it's obviously not a save situation, but like, look around. My bullpen is doomed right now. Clean eighth for Munoz. Runners on first and second. Joe Lamp. Could it be? No. All right, we lose 8-4. And I mean, first of all, our bullpen locked it down after Bobby Miller imploded. Very happy with all the guys. I think especially Aiken and Zerpa did very well. I mean, Sosa had 3 hits, as did Doyle, but we didn't get any home runs. Nothing much doing from the bottom of our order either. All right. So I think it is time. We're 7 games below 500. We are at the bottom of our division. We have gone, what, 1-8 over our last 9 games. So I think it's time to take stock of some things. In terms of hitting, let me say really quick, we are the second worst team in our league in terms of WAR. We're below average in every single offensive category except home runs. Steals were on fire, but starter ERA, bullpen ERA were both bottom 5. Defensive efficiency also quietly were 11th, which isn't great. All right, let's take stock of our pitching. So in terms of bullpen, I think I need a second long reliever to help Molina out. And Dollander, yeah, Dollander isn't back for another month. So something has to give here. I think Will Klein has done well. It's just unfortunate that 2 times in May he kind of got popped, but he is the easiest flip. If we think Halverson is done, then he could be a guy that we also move off of. However, I'm more willing to give Halverson a leash than I am Will Klein, just based on the sort of history. In terms of numbers, Halverson's also played a bit more. He's allowed most of everything, but he has not been great. I could send him down to Toledo. Toledo. I keep thinking I'm the Tigers. I could send him down to Albuquerque. He does have an option year remaining, just to get him right. I mean, what I could also do is just not do that. Send down Gazdar and call up another bullpen arm. Because that'll give me 9 relievers. That would make me pretty thin in part substitutions, but I mean Gazdar at this point, I mean, he hadn't been great. I think I'm gonna have faith that Howerson can turn it around. I think that's my official stance. Vodnik, I mean, was doing great, and then he just got blown up for 4 runs. So that's the only reason that particular stat line looks ugly. Here's a question: would anyone want Klein or Halverson? Not really. Like when Ryan O'Hearn is the most tempting option, you know you're in trouble. So I assume that is a no on prospects. No. Okay. Mm, Hmm. I mean, to be fair, Sosa was also physically incapable of hitting the ball until like yesterday. And Gazdar does have all of his options left. Hmm. Does anyone want Halverson? No. The answer to my question is no. Yeah, I think either we send Halverson down or we send down Gazdar. I think the benefit of sending down Gazdar is it gives me another bullpen arm, and especially when our rotation is looking really shaky, I feel like I need 9 bullpen arms, which is an insane statement to make. But like in terms of my rotation right now, only 2 of them have an ERA below 4, one of whom has only made 5 starts so far this season, Herrera and Fleury. Aaron Getty has been terrible like every other start. Bobby Miller is the most inconsistent pitcher in the history of the world, and I'm not against trading him right here, right now. I think Fleury, Herrera, and Hughes are safe. Gabriel Hughes, though, I am not loving at the moment. But I don't think I don't think sending anyone to AAA is really worth it. So I think it would be like we trade someone like Arrighetti or we trade someone like Bobby Miller to make up that difference. I still need to solve that whole bullpen conundrum. I think I'm gonna send down Gazdar. I am accepting the fact this is making us very light from like a defensive rotation perspective because now Sosa is our only backup infielder and he also can't play shortstop. So that's something that we'll need to figure out. All right, in terms of bullpen arms on the 40 man, we have 3 options. Really. Sean Burke is not an option. Like at this point, no. Angel Chivilli, who has been up and down AAA like the entirety of the save. We could bring him back to help out. Wellington Herrera, who we called up earlier in the year and he got demolished. Or we go Matt Chachik, who we called up last season and he did okay. And this season he's doing really well in AAA. Think I'm going to lean to Chachik. Going to call him up here. Get him in. This is now an insanely big bullpen. Like, without question. I think I'm going to flip it. Halverson can go in the 8th. Vodnik and Chachik 7th or earlier, just for a simming perspective. But now I have an insane bullpen. And we are now pretty low on backup hitters, which I don't love, but I think that's the solution. Now the question becomes, do we trade Aaron Getty? Do we trade Bobby Miller? Let us compare the men. So in of the 2, obviously, Aaron Getty has a better stuff rating. Potential-wise, though, I think Bobby Miller is better. Against lefties, I mean, it's pretty similar against righties. So stats this season, they've both made 12 starts. I don't care about wins and losses. 12 starts, Arrighetti has made 3 more innings, but he's also given up more hits more runs, way more homers, more walks. He does have 21 more Ks. But BABIP and WHIP are both better, though marginally. He is averaging 11 Ks per nine. I could send Gabriel Hughes down, but I don't really want to. But also, like, if I go internally, right? So, internally, pitching options, the answer would be I call up James Gonzalez and we see what he has. That's pretty much where we're at. Sandy Azuno, by the way, in AA is doing okay for himself. Just throwing that out there. So I think that would be the internal option if we decide not to trade anyone. The CA is not doing great. I think that's the internal. External, we could trade for somebody and see what we can get. Let me look at, first of all, waiver wire. Anyone? Nothing really fun. All right, starters on the trade block. 37-year-old Nick Martinez, who is still pitching okay despite just his arm falling off. And then Reed Detmers, who is out for 2 months. There's your trading block candidate for you. I think I'm more in the camp of we keep Bobby Miller and give him some more time. Aaron Getty, it looks like teams are interested, but the prospect level isn't great. Joseph Chirinos, long reliever. I mean, to be fair, that would kind of solve that. But he has 25 control. He'd get killed at Coors. Oh, I'm out of shop attempts. Whoops. All right. We'll table this. We'll table this discussion for now and circle back to it. All right, we are facing the Giants, who have Brandon Woodruff, who I attempted to sign in free agency before 2027, and he has not showered himself in glory, so I think I'm okay with that. Dylan Carlson shall make his debut here. I think we're going to sit Stephen Kwan. Carlson can DH for us. And then everything else is as is. We are desperately in need of wins. We have a division matchup against the Giants, and already they're up 1-0. Can we match? Bregman, the swing. It's down in left field. We advance the runner. Yeah, I think at this point, I would rather sacrifice a backup infielder and some more defensive flexibility in exchange for having another bullpen arm when it seems like our starters are getting yelled out of their mind. All right, Dylan Carlson, his Rockies debut at bat, and it's a hit to left field. The ball is down. Welcome to Colorado, Dylan. A double for the bag. I like how the camera shows us the just grass when he's there. Yeah, Carlson really has not had a great save at all. Like he barely played with the Orioles. Then he was in AAA, Double A even. Now he's here. Back up. We love a good reclamation story. As Brenton Doyle grounds out, but it does advance him to third. So a nice little bloop single here, Joe Lamp, please. He struck out. No bloop single for us. All right, so far Jose Fleury's doing okay. Did I speak too soon? He walks Trent Grisham, but I'm kind of okay with that because it gives us the force out. And he got Lane Thomas to pop up. Didn't even need the force out at second. All right. Our bats, however, have gone freezing cold. And how Yuli beat out the throw? No. And it wasn't even close. Dylan Carlson, for his second at bat in Colorado Rockies uniform, hits it deep to right field, but caught before the warning track. He gave me hope, and he took it away. Looks like they might be getting to Fleury here, but he strikes out Eldridge. That helps. Can he get Chapman? He walks Chapman. Honestly, Matt Chachik, you're the highest percentage here. All right, can he get Heliot Ramos? Yes, he can. Line out to Condon. Beautiful start from Jose Fleury. Well done to the lad. Tovar with a leadoff double. Brenton Doyle gets it down and left. Tovar will score. Doyle has himself a nice double. We have a tie ball game, folks. And Joe Lamp hits it deep right field, caught at the track. Doyle will waltz his happy way to third. A sac fly will score him. Bregman walks. Here's Condon. Condon strikes out, as does Cole Carrick. Man, runner on third, one out, and we can't bring him home. Matt Chachik back up with the big league side. Gets a clean seventh. Thank you, sir. All right, we'll have Halverson for the eighth, and then Munoz for the ninth. And Halverson gives up 2 runs and even more. Remember when I said that trading him would be silly? Yeah, don't listen to a word I say ever again. Oh, Halverson. It's like he does this to me on purpose. That's my conspiracy theory. Runners at the corners for Condon. The pitch, the swing, down in right field. 1 run will score. To third goes Bregman, tying run at third base. And Cole Carrick strikes out swinging. All right, Dre Jameson's coming in for the ninth. It's clean. We're going to get Munoz ready. I also did notice that old friend Michael Toglia, who had not been playing at all this year, did he get hurt? No, he just didn't play. Well, okay. Fair enough. All right, here's Hunter Goodman. A solo home run ties it up. He walks. Who's got more speed, him or Romo? Romo. All right, Romo is going to come in here to pinch run. Not that I'm running on Patrick Bailey. This is more just give me the speed. All right, how you lead. Hops up back to the pitcher, and Romo doesn't get back in time. Dylan Carlson now walks. Ezekiel Tovar strikes out swinging. That's your ball game. Not 10 minutes after I debated sending Seth Halverson down or even trading him, he costs us the game against the Giants. Oh, boy. Yeah, I think we're just I'm taking that sign from the universe. Halverson's going to AAA. And in response, Herrera or Chivilli? I think I'd rather give Herrera some more time in AAA and just get Chivilli back. So Chivilli is going to get called up. Halverson down. That's just the decision we are making today as we lose another ball game. We have not won since May 28th. The losing streak is all encompassing. And on that grim note, I will end here. As we started today with the division lead, we have fumbled it mightily and find ourselves 8 games below 500 with a slight shakeup in the bullpen. Halverson is down to AAA. Chivilli, Chachik are up. And we are immediately seeing the consequences of Luis De Leon's injury, where the rest of our starters are struggling to fill that void. But I thank you all for watching this video. I think I will stream one time during the weekend just to try to get through what is evidently becoming a slog of games here, where hopefully we are able to turn this team around. But thank you all for watching. See you next time.